Hello, and welcome to the Next ReeVlog. This one's one very close up, not out here. It's in here, nice and cozy like. So, what's the deal with today's vlog? Well, as the title, I imagine, will tell you, because I think I know what it's going to be for once. I've gone foraging. Woo! That's something that I actually did yesterday. And I got some stuff. Some slow berries from the old blackthorn. If anyone's read The Storm Light Archives, I found that quite funny. And then I also got some hawthorn, I think. Lots of thorns. But here is my haul. It's not exactly huge. Just sort of gave them a quick wash, and so they're waiting to dry now. Notification, boop. And I didn't sleep great. Completely unrelated. I haven't eaten any of them, so it's not anything to do with that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy having done that. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to just sort of, when I go on my nighttime walks, take a torch and a tub for now, and just sort of keep an eye out for similar such things to collect and consume as I go. Because as an individual who lives in a flat where like waiting lists are 30 to 80 people long for an allotment, and also, I'd need to pay for an allotment, this seems like the most efficient way to get a little bit of extra nutrition without having to pay for such things, especially considering slow berries are actually like seemingly really great nutritionally speaking. I've only done like a cursory search, but apparently they're just like blueberries in terms of nutrition. Blueberries are widely recognized as somewhat of a superfood in terms of their like combating oxidative stress and having phytonutrients and whatnot. Maybe not phytonutrients, maybe not micronutrients. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while, and as I said briefly, I didn't sleep much. So I've been averaging about 4 hours sleep over the last few days, which isn't great. Which I know isn't great. And I'm hoping that post-vlog I'm going to have like a quick power nap before I get up and go about my day. And if that seems unachievable, then I'm going to get up, go about my day, and then hopefully have a quick power nap before or after, preferably before Kung Fu, that is tonight, and then go on my walk or whatever later on. Because I'm very tired. I really need to get more sleep, but I also need to not go to bed too early because I've got work tomorrow. So I need to be like in that routine a little more. Why have I been sleeping so little? Well, let me tell you why. I went to Sommerset over the weekend. I made the rookie mistake of not booking the day before, or not having booked off the day before I left from work, and needing to leave to get there by 5 p.m. It's a long way from here to there, and Google Maps said it would take anywhere between 5 and 7.5 hours. So I left at like 9 a.m., bearing in mind I get home from work at about 7 a.m. So I didn't get much sleep. I had a timer on my phone as well as an alarm. The timer had an hour and 20 minutes by the time I got into bed after work to get up and get everything ready to leave in time. So I got about an hour's sleep, then drove all the way there, stayed up till like 2 a.m. with everyone, slept on the floor, and then woke up at like 5 a.m. So in that 2-day period, I managed to get a total of about 4 hours sleep or something like that. And then stayed up until like 2 a.m. and woke up on the Sunday at about 6, half 6 maybe, and both of those nights I were not like great sleep. There was lots of like wake up, shift around a little bit, wake up, shift around a little bit, drink some water, etc. Got up, went about my day. Then Sunday we didn't stay up quite as late. We stayed up till about 1 a.m. And then went to bed. Woke up properly probably at about 7:30, I think. But my watch only managed to log about 3 hours sleep, so that was obviously one of the most restless ones out of the bunch. I think it was a bit colder, which probably didn't help. And then I kept overheating in my sleeping bag, and then I was like, okay, sleeping bag half on, half off, etc. Then Monday, when I woke up, say like 7, half 7, whenever it was, went about my day, blah blah blah. Then I left to come back home at 10:30-ish at night. I had to stop a couple times on my way because I was tired and felt it would be hazardous to continue driving. So I stopped at a service station, stopped at lay-bys, etc. And I got back here about 10:05 in the morning on Tuesday. Came up, sort of sorted my stuff slightly, got changed into pajamas, went to the loo, went to bed, right? And I woke up around midday yesterday, and then went to bed, or went to sleep like 1, 2-ish this morning. I was in bed, not attempting to sleep, but like winding down at about 1, and think I like nodded off a couple times and missed what I was listening to, not watching, but listening to on YouTube. And then I woke up at about 2-ish. I was like, okay, I need to go to sleep properly. So I did. But then this morning I woke up at 7, maybe, which again isn't great. So I'm quite build up of sleep debt at the minute, and I have kung fu to do. I've got various other like chores and stuff, one of which is mostly done. Yay. And the others, most of which aren't too bad, one of which is going to be quite difficult, but I also want to get like a lot of stretching and basic kung fu practice in, because it's been a while, especially with how sedentary, like there was lots of walking, but other than that I didn't do anything, so my other motion points, so my other joints, haven't been used much, and I didn't do any technique work, so I need to like just pop some refreshers, not the sweets, into my brain just by doing the things. So that's that. Thankfully, I'm at work tomorrow, but not on Friday. On Friday, I am off work because it's Halloween. I booked it off. So that's good for me, because hopefully that'll mean I can get some more sleep. Yay! I'm going to turn off my alarms when I'm at work tomorrow. I'll make sure they're off so that when I get home and go to sleep, and if I sleep past, I think my alarm is like 20 to 5. If I sleep past that, great. And then I can stay up till like maybe 4-ish on Saturday morning, and then go to sleep with my alarm on, again, about 20 to 5, ready for Saturday, to get ready to go for work and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to catch up pretty reasonably. Don't think that the nap's likely to work today, but if I can, even better. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for Kung Fu again, even if I am really tired. And the Sommerset over the weekend was marvellous. Got to know some people that I've kind of met before, but not really spoke to very much, which was great. Obviously, I loved hanging out with all of my friends that I do know like really well there. It's a really nice place, Somerset, seems like, from what I've seen. The walks were really nice, and we played some games. We played The One Ring and War of the Ring, which, as you may guess from the names, are Lord of the Rings games. Very good, very fun, highly recommend. And we also watched all the Twilight films, which I have not seen since like when they came out. And then once, I think during uni, I watched them all. And during lockdown, we watched one, but it didn't have sound, so we watched it, and one of our friends like narrated the scenes, which was quite funny. And that was a virtual like Zoom call type thing where we all watched it together, but apart. But yeah, that was great. It was marvelous fun. Many jorts jokes were made. Charlie is accepted as the best boy, and I am going to go and continue my day, because the sooner I do, the sooner the nap may be available for me, because I've got a bunch of batch cooked food I need to put in the fridge/freezer now that it should hopefully have cooled down enough to do so without too many repercussions. I've got to take all of my supplements, I've got to put my watch back on, I've got to put my torches on charge, or at least one of them, etc. So I will catch you cats on the flip-flop. Goodbye.